Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Hello, welcome back to the Kop TV, the first upload for just under 2 weeks. What a time it is to be alive as a Liverpool fan. Some April coming up, by the way, for you Reds. And no, this isn't an April Fool's Day. I am joined by Doyle in the flesh. How are we, fella?
Scouse, yeah, feeling good, lads.
Scouse.
Ready for this month of madness.
Yeah.
8 games this month, lads. This is going to be the definitive month. I said it on my story earlier. I'm excited, scared, ready.
All of it. And I'm there too, and I'm sure you guys in the comments are as well. What a month it could be. It's great to be back. It's been a nice little break. Everyone needs a break. It's important to have one. Was away myself. Nice to see you back on the channel. Before we get into the video, which is with huge Watford fan Emma Coney-Bear, who's been on the channel loads of times already, we do have to announce a little bit of news on the channel. So this is it. Here we go. We have partnered with Manscaped. It's a pleasure, really, you know, having worked with them before on DR. Now they're on the Kop TV. So let's get straight into this before we bring Emma on. As it says on the package, this is the Ultimate Care Pack, which you can get using the link in the description, and the code, the Kop TV, will get you 20% off and free shipping internationally as well. You get, and let me tell you, Doyle, who has just used Manscaped, by the way. He literally, the hair on it now is nothing but Doyle. Bit weird, but this is mine. Sorted your goatee out. What did you think of it? Clean shave?
Yeah, boss. Nice and easy to use. Didn't hurt my face. Was gentle. Boss, I really enjoyed the experience.
So this is the Lawnmower 4.0. Comes with a light there, as you can see. Now this is something that is very important. Trust me, fellas. If you're out there, you will be.
Is that the ball toner?
It's the ball toner.
Do you know what's mad about this? Yeah, toner. I didn't even know what this was. Yeah. I was talking to his bird before the stream. He was having a cup of tea and that. And she literally said, "Hey, that ball toner's boss." Didn't even bring it up. No one brought it up. And I was like, "Is it tea? Yeah, is it sign?" Yes.
There you go. I didn't want to say it myself, but you know the girls love it.
Yeah.
So
apparently
that's good.
Not even messing.
Ball deodorant as well. Excellent stuff. Anti-chafing, so that's very important as well. Also comes with the Weed Whacker. There you go. Again, another little device for the ears, for the nose. Beautiful. Lads. Treat your dad. It is April Fool's Day as well. Not that that's got anything to do with this, but there is a joke in that, because you also get these joke-over pants, beautifully designed, Manscaped, and you get a t-shirt as well in your size. Emma, who's now on the stream with us, what is your reaction to that Manscaped?
Well, I've got to say, from this point onwards, like, the level of standard now with any guy has to be that. Like, whoa. Have you been Manscaped? Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
I think that's fantastic. But honestly, like, I mean, if men could put so much time into balls as they do females, then absolutely, I think it's brilliant.
Exactly. So listen, treat the man in your life, to everyone who's watching, not Emma. But yeah, your balls will thank you. Manscaped, 20% off using the Kop TV at manscaped.com. Free shipping as well, anywhere in the world. So you can enjoy this around the globe. And trust me, your balls will thank you, as it says on the box. Beautiful. Thank you very much for helping with that, Doyle. There will be we did take a little video of you using it, not down there.
No, definitely
up here. So yeah, wouldn't film that.
Not for YouTube anyway.
Yeah, that's another side.
You're like giving yourself a hole now.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the actual football. Let's talk about another type of ball. Is football. Yeah. It's been a while since we've been away. It's beautiful to be back. Emma, let's start off with you, because again, as a Watford fan, it's been a tough old slog. It really has. You've got Roy Hodgson at the helm, who is a bit of a helm, actually.
Yeah, we know.
Through his time at Liverpool. So since we last spoke, and we spoke about this just before we came on air, but since we last spoke, it's not been great. We did beat you last time away with the great scoreline, Salah scoring one of the goals of the season. But that was in October. Talk to us about what's happened since then.
You know what? I feel as though that we're going to get relegated. No, we're not. Maybe.
Straight out the bat was just like, we're not doing on.
I'm a little bit torn, you see, because there's a part of me where I'm just like, you never know. Let's do like a 10% chance and probability that it might just sneak in there at the end. But because we've already been relegated before, we've gone up and down and up. I think the blow's not as hard this time if we do get relegated. So I guess I'm not as like really, really disappointed if we do. I mean, obviously, Watford's going to be absolutely, pulled apart if we do, let's face it. But I felt as though that after the transfer window, we had some amazing new players. Like Samir is like,
he's coming in
unbelievable in the defense.
Dennis as well.
Well, Dennis has been with us from the start, but I'm just saying, like the new ones that came in, like we obviously really struggled defensively, and then we've got some like sort of fresh blood in the team, and they've really, there was, what game was it? I think it was the game against Norwich where we absolutely got battered.
At home, 3-0.
The only thing that was good in that game was the fact that our defense was good, and our defense has never been good. So I was like, okay, well, this has changed. But it's been a tough old ride. It really has. Look, like I said, it would be really nice if we do stay up. And I keep looking at I'm a mathematician, so I keep looking at points and the stats, and I'm like, oh, maybe can we? Oh, I don't know. Now Newcastle is just like buggered off out of the relegation, like they're flying. It's like, cool. Who else can we bring in? Brentford.
Well, you know what? You say Brentford. There are some teams closer too that you could definitely drag into the fight. One of them are neighbours, Everton. Currently only 3 points above Watford. One win in 5 for both teams there. But listen, I tell you what, if Everton lose away at Burnley, which is now a relegation fight,
it is.
Watford pick up a few results. I mean, not tomorrow. We don't need to get results tomorrow. Let's have that right. But in the future, get a couple of results and you get out, they go in.
Well, this is it. Like it all changes in a couple of games. If we get a couple of wins, a load of people, like the other teams get like a couple of losers and draws. That's it. We've kind of, and when I say the relegation battle this year it's quite hard because they're, before by this point, there's always like a couple of teams that get left behind and you go, oh, that's done. Like I remember last time was like Sheffield United and like even Fulham, like you could just tell like there's no way them getting back. But by a couple months down the line or a month down the line, they've already been relegated, because there's no chance. But it all comes down to a couple of games. And I have to say on the Watford side, it seems as though that we are playing better as a team against the top tier of the table. I don't know whether it's the style of our football, but ultimately we are playing better in the top tier of the football teams. But when we play against like the lower tier,
Norwich.
Norwich, Brentford, I don't know so much about Leeds, but because they've been in the championship and then they've come up, it's almost like you're playing scrappy football. Like,
it's pressure as well. It's pressure. So if you're playing against the top teams, you're already going into the game thinking we'll probably lose this, so let's just go at the game. Whereas when you're playing against the bottom end, you need to take points off these teams, and that was where you struggle because there's loads of pressure on you in that game, and you play a different way. So maybe you don't take risks as you would in the big against the bigger teams. Like he's done well against Man United, which we're very happy about.
Beat them 4-1 earlier. Nice one.
Yeah, there's this meme that was flying about, and basically it's like a team of like MMA or kickboxers, and they're all like sort of like punching that fake dummy, right? Watford's the dummy, and all the other teams are the top tier, right?
I've seen that video,
And it's just like they push, and then the last one was like Man U punches the dummy comes back, smacks him. So out of the top 5 or something, it's like Man U is the only one that was on the floor, and they're like we just couldn't, they couldn't actually beat us. So.
Which we're very happy about.
Very happy. But do you know what? Some individual moments in the season where, you've won away at Aston Villa, obviously got a massive draw away to Manchester United, slimly lost at home to Tottenham in the last minute, put up a very good fight against Chelsea and City. So there are moments where Watford can pull a big performance out of the bag. You beat us 2 years ago to end up our, unbeaten streak of 44 games. So cheers for that again. But with Roy Hodgson there, I mean, he hasn't really set it alight, but there are some big performances. So who knows? Tomorrow, listen, we can't take this for granted. Liverpool have had some time off. It's rare that you go back into a game at 100%. So listen, if Watford can get to half-time tomorrow and Roy Hodgson knows how to defend.
Well, that's it.
something could happen.
It could, like.
Sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead. I
was just going to say, with Roy Hodgson, I do feel as though that when we are up against like the top tier teams, like the defense comes in and the tactics is just all defensively, try and get a draw, try and just not let them score goals. Like Man City is the team that we always end up losing like 6-0, 5-2. And ultimately, when you're in the relegation battle, it could all come down to the goal difference. Like we saw it before, not last season, but the season before, when it was all down to the final games. Like we had to beat Arsenal by like 2 or 3 goals. Bournemouth had to lose by, so I think it is that as well, just preservation of the goal difference.
Yeah, currently minus 26 goal difference.
Really?
Yeah. Leeds minus 33, which is even worse, to be fair. But
I saw that.
6 wins this season. So far, 19 defeats. Listen, Watford
Norwich minus 45.
Yeah, not too great.
Jesus Christ.
Great. And they beat you 3-0 as well, which is even worse. Which is crazy. In terms of the Liverpool perspective, I mean, team news looks like Alexander-Arnold never really had a hamstring injury, to be honest, and it was a bit of a move. And I'm not mad at Klopp for doing that, because the amount of years that Fergie got away with doing that, where Beckham would have an injury or someone can't go to England, save him, and then just come back and
you just needed that time, lad.
So it looks like Trent's going to be back. The centre backs.
Whoa! Hang on a second. Are you telling me that Trent is back playing?
Yeah. Trent will be back. Yeah.
I just moved him out of my football fantasy team today.
Get him back in.
I never took him out because we just knew. We literally immediately knew as soon as the break come up and he said that, we were like, this is flagged it.
We got 6 times in the comments. Trent was never injured. Love to see it. Trent is fit.
We've got 8 games. We need him. He's more important to Liverpool than he is for the friendly against that. We play.
Well, stupidly, I subbed him out for Robinson, because I was just like, but then I think Robinson's doing all right. So, but to keep Trent in.
Yeah,
Screw you.
In terms of other injuries, I don't think there's much really. I think we're coming into a really important time of the season, obviously, when everyone's fit. So we've got sorry to say it, Emma, but we've got a fully fit squad.
We've got depth as well now.
Our depth is there.
We are at that depth is ridiculous for us now. We've never had this. Ever had this.
No.
Not in my lifetime anyway. It's ridiculous.
There you go. Ali saying Klopp's played 4D chess for Trent and won the battle. Also, Klopp, a massive fan of introducing 5 subs into the Premier League. He's been chatting about it for years. Bosh, the deal has been made. 5 subs from next season. Big up to Jurgen.
Good. Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference to us because we'll probably be in the Championship. Anyways, that's great news for the Premier League.
Well, no, listen, we hope you stay up and Everton go down. How about that?
I mean, can you?
I don't know if I'm going to...
say it on camera.
I'm not going to agree with him, but go on. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do it at the moment, simply because Newcastle have pulled it out the bag with the money that they've got and all the players they bought. They just look like they're not going to go down now.
Ali is saying, please get the Ev and Burnley relegated. AGS, as long as Burnley get relegated, I'm good.
Everyone wants to see Burnley relegated, and you know what? I don't know why. I don't want to be relegated. I don't want it. I like them in the Premier League, right? I think they're old-fashioned, crappy football, and it's a testament to English footy back in the day, and I think they should stay here.
So get them, put them in a museum then. You don't need them playing.
I know, you've got to love a bit of Sean Dyche. But in fairness, I don't know how they have kind of stayed up, because they've lost a load of their key players. Chris Wood's gone, Jeff Hendricks last year. Who's actually still there that is, pulling weight?
They bought Corney and they bought Weghorst, didn't they? And them 2 recruitments have been fantastic for them. Corney's insane. Weghorst looks like a brilliant little player.
6'7". So
I like Burnley, I proper like them. They've got
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But I proper like them.
Get them out.
No, well, I really want Burnley to be relegated, because then there's more chance for us to stay up.
All right, so there we go. That's why I mean it. Big up to William Ricardo Castaño Polidos, who says saludos desde Colombia, which means health from Colombia. So big up to you, all the Colombian dons watching right now. We appreciate it.
Gary speaks Spanish, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Wow.
Sounds like Rafa Benitez when he speaks it. Oh, his voice goes like
the only manager, Mr. Ferguson. Okay, Mr. Ferguson is the only manager who can speak to the referee like this. It's a fact. It's a fact.
It's a good skill to have 2 languages.
Man like Marshall got a cat named Emma. So
Thanks.
That's good. Big up to. There was another comment about you up here, Emma, saying, Emma, how's your leg? Remember you badly damaged it. Big up to Bailey 19. I mean,
I damaged it again in January.
Yeah,
it's better. I'm running, but yeah, it's still weak.
If your injury was on the football pitch, how would the commentator report it?
Oh, look at that! Jesus, that's disgusting.
Bloody bro,
she'll be out for months.
Like, oh yeah, to the end of the season.
6 months. Yeah. Sorry.
But then again, if I had the sports therapists of what the intensive training, I'll be back in 2 weeks because I'm out.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure you can make a call for the Watford physio to have a look at it and get you strapped up and ready to get back out there. So, but listen, you're going to be back stronger anyway. That's what happens with ankles.
Oh yeah, I thought we were talking about Watford then.
Well, hopefully them as well.
That's stronger.
How about this one? Which Liverpool player is Emma most concerned about?
Salah. It's like no hesitation whatsoever. That's why I've captained him in my football fantasy.
He ruins Watford as well. He's got a thing about ruining Watford.
Like he scores beautiful goals against us. Even his first goal that he scored for us, I think it was against Watford.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think he's just took that in his career and just kept on going with it.
Yeah. No,
that goal he scored this season.
Unreal.
I think, you know what? Watford does play well against Liverpool. And I think it was not it would have been. So last time we played you away was with Nigel Pearson. It was the first day that he came on board. And obviously we was having such a diabolical start to the season. That was the first game because I was working for Watford then, doing the presenting. And I was like, cool, that's the first game I'm actually impressed with their performance. Like it was strong. So, there is hope. I just, like you, exactly what you said. If it goes to halftime 0-0, then things are good. But if you start scoring at least 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and that's it, I'm switching it off, and I'm like, okay.
I'm too biased, mate. I'm too biased, honestly. I think with Liverpool, once you get to the 60th minute and you haven't scored, you've pretty much lost the game.
Who has? We have.
Anybody? No,
I disagree.
No. Disagree. Liverpool win games after the 60th minute. That's what we do. We
can't rely on that every time.
No, we can't, but we do. And that's just the way we win games. So we wait until the 60th minute until a team has had the chances, give all they can give physically. And then we capitalise on it with fantastic finishes with like Mo Salah and Jota. Yeah, we do it all the time. 65th minute, we'll get a goal.
Okay. Which in all fairness, like with Watford, we're probably one of the top teams that concede goals in the last 15 minutes. So.
And we're good at scoring them in the last 15. That's what we're boss at.
I know. Okay, cool. So yeah, all right. But then
I'm sorry.
Whatever way you look at it, it's not looking good.
Nah.
I think it's all about minimizing, the damage.
Yeah,
Hernandez.
Hernandez. Boss.
He's great. He's like a little firecracker when he comes on. So obviously we haven't had Sarr for a while because he was injured. He's back, fingers crossed. Like he's back to fitness and stuff like this. But it's like you can always tell at the start of the game whether or not the players are on point. Like Joshua King in the Everton game, that was a man on fire. But there's some games where you're just like, he's got no spark. What's going on? Like Hernandez, when he comes on, and he normally comes on and just scores straight away. Like he's good. He's never. But like Dennis is another player where he's great on his good days.
Yeah.
But if he's not there. If he's not there on the pitch, then you're not going to get anything out of him.
No, interesting. Didn't he score an overhead kick, Hernandez?
Yeah, he did. Recently. And then he come back and scored another goal the week after. He scored a brilliant overhead kick, and then I think he scored an own goal, and then he scored another brilliant goal after that. I was like, this. But
he's always on the bench to begin with, so I don't know whether or not that's down to fitness or they want to. I don't know. I don't know why, but yeah.
With Watford, right? And I was thinking about this question before we done the stream is, you guys, I can't quite put an identity on you, and that's when teams usually struggle to stay in the Premier League. And it's because you get a manager every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a team change as many managers as your team. And I've never really talked to a Watford fan about this. So, like, what is your thoughts on this? Would you like a manager to have the confidence from the board, get some money behind them, and get a philosophy and a team behind them? Or do you like this chopping and changing of managers every 2 seconds?
Do I like it as a fan? I bloody hate it. I do. But it's like, you know, when Claudio Ranieri came on, I was like, yes, come on. Like, you know, he took Leicester and he won the league, and then he came on board. And I got disappointed. I was upset because I was like, you didn't give him enough time. But then there wasn't enough time for us to have. But then it's just like, oh, who do you think is going to come in better? And they got Roy Hodgson, you know? It's like, sometimes it's not down to the freaking manager. It's down to the mentality of the players as well.
They don't know who they're playing for. That's why it's almost like the club doesn't have an identity, so they don't know what their identity is, and they don't know who they're playing for. And that team is just struggling as a result, I think. I don't know why you do it. I really don't. I don't understand it.
Oh, what the owners, Pozzo?
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen a team do this? Ever?
I mean, there's a famous quote now, isn't it?
It's like 3
You're
every
never
season.
more than 6 foot away from a former Watford manager.
Yeah. Who next that?
Hang on, Ranieri's over there.
Yeah, isn't it like 6 degrees to something where like you can be
6 degrees of separation.
Separation. But but the way I see it is now, it's just like a sort of embarrassment. So if you've got like a really good manager, we're just like, oh yeah, that'd be great to come on board to manage Watford. But then for them, they're just like, oh no, I'm not going to go there. It's too much of a risk.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's a good payout. I'm sure it's a nice little payday.
That's probably what they do it, eh? They just want to make
3 weeks are up. Yeah. Here's 5 mil.
You should give someone like what was his name? Like Chris Eubank, the one that brought Brighton up.
Chris Eubank? You mean Chris Horton?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Chris Eubank, the boxer.
Chris Eubank's a boxer. I was like, where are you going with it?
Hey, remember the fella that brought Brighton?
Have you been hit by Chris Eubank?
Remember the fella that brought Brighton?
Chris Horton.
Comrade
Chris. Yeah.
Somebody like him.
He's now the manager of Ghana or something like that.
There you go. He's got a big job there. That's who you need. Somebody like him.
Eubank's a boxer.
Not Chris Eubank though. I don't think he'll be able to teach anyone else play footy.
Yeah.
But
stick to the box.
But yeah, get somebody like him in. Somebody that's done it before. You can instill a philosophy, and he can stay with you for at least 3 years to get a group of players behind him. That's nice. What you need.
I still think, you know, maybe we should just have Troy Deeney as being our manager.
Yeah, imagine that.
You know, like he understands Watford. Watford is his heart. Well, I mean, obviously he's in Birmingham now, but ultimately, like, you know, there's so many ties there. I was like, maybe he could. He did almost like run the show when he was playing for Watford. You know,
he had the cojones that, you know.
If you ever listen to any of the sort of
Manscaped.
if you ever listen to any of the sort of rumors, it's always like, oh, you know, Troy Deeney was a personality that was just too
running the dressing room.
Yeah. And I'm like, that could be a good manager though. Yeah. So you never know. I mean, there's years before that. Anyways, you have to, you know, pass so many freaking courses and everything like that. But you never know.
Yeah. Well, listen, 5-0 out the last time at Vicarage Road. Salah hat-trick, I think it was. I'm not going to go. Let's get into our team prediction. Then we'll do the score prediction. So, Alisson in goal. Trent, who is going to start? I'm just going to ruin the big reveal tomorrow. Trent will start. Van Dijk, Matip, Robbo. Again, our 5 best back line, including the goalie. In the midfield, Thiago, nice and fresh, ready. No international break for him. He starts. Fabinho, Hendo. Has to be.
It's a strong team,
but then for me, Luis Diaz tiene que empezar este partido.
Yeah,
he has to start this game. I think you start Jota as well, banging form for Portugal, and then it's Salah. And then on the bench, you got Firmino to bring on. You got everyone.
I think Mane played well, but he's had I don't know about Mo and Mane coming back after 2 intense games, proper intense ones.
No, I think they're ready.
Yeah.
Put Mane on the bench and start Salah. So that means you can bring on Mane or Firmino.
I would.
Let us know in the comments if you agree with that.
One or the other on the bench, so you can bring the other one on for them at the You get what I mean? Give them back half each, basically. 60 minutes, 30 minutes.
And 5 subs from next season as well.
Which
so a lot
we
more
need. Like,
this
is what we're talking about right now is exactly why we need 5 substitutes, because the players that play in the top level and the top clubs, they play for their national clubs as well. That's what happens. So they're playing so many more games than these lower league teams. So there is no argument. It's not about getting a fair distribution of substitutes for both teams and it being unfair for Liverpool because we've got better players. We just have better players. It's as simple as that. It's not an unfair advantage. It's not right. It's an unfair advantage if you make us play our players and overplay them so they're tired and we can't play them anymore. It's an unfair advantage if they get injured and we can't play them for another season or something. And
with the travel as well, going to all these different continents and whatnot, it's taxing. So yeah, listen, I agree with it. Let us know in the comments if you agree with that lineup prediction. Emma, let's come to you for a score prediction. Early kickoff Saturday. Hopefully the sun is shining outside Anfield tomorrow.
Yes. I would like it to be 3. Please give us a goal, but
actually, we're going for the clean sheet record as well.
I know. I think it's going to be 3-0, to be quite honest, to Liverpool, obviously. But it would be nice if we could sneak in a goal, because then if we can score a goal, then at least there's a tiny little bit of achievement to be like, yeah, we lost, but don't worry. Scored.
Right. So we'll go, should we say 3-1 then? Should we say for you 3-1?
I would like that personally, but realistically, it's probably going to be about 3 or 5-0.
3 or 5. I mean, there's a lot of big suggestions here in the comments. There's a
Come
1
on now, that's been ridiculous. 6-0.
Well, it was 5-0 in the last game, Emma. You never know. You never know.
The last game, we had a different team and a different sort of mentality.
Big up to True Don 7-0 Mandingo Manscaped settings. Not too sure what that Mandingo means, but 10-0 coming in now. 5-0. Whoa! Easy.
You know what?
I think the only game that scored as high as that was Man City against Southampton.
9-0.
Maybe it was, that was probably the highest.
Twice they got smashed, interesting. So let us know in the comments if you agree. Emma reckons 3-1 to Liverpool. Doyle, what do you reckon?
I don't think it's going to be like a 4-0. We're coming off an international break. Some of these players are going to be a little bit more tired than we think. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Liverpool. 2-0.
T-Boys TV agrees with you. If you're asking me, I would take a 2-0.
Absolutely.
But
take 1-0, it doesn't matter.
If we score in the first kind of 10-15, it could be a
high scoring game.
It could be a long day.
If we do that. If Salah scores early as well, he's going to be like, let's get it.
But then Kevin Cooper, he says there, look, Watford are fighting. They're going to fighting.
Yeah.
Fight.
But at the same time, not to disrespect the club, they haven't got that identity that they need to stay up and have that resolution, and that's why they're going down for me. Because they need somebody to stick by and someone to play for, and they don't know who that is if they've already played for 2 other managers.
I think you get a little bit too deep there with feelings. And,
no.
It matters. How you feel on the pitch matters how you play. It really does.
There you go. Interesting there. Insight. 6-0 easy. Let's not get carried away. I mean, listen, I'm going to go with 4-1. How about that? I'll go with 4-1.
No.
Again, have to break it down in the first half to achieve that score. But early Saturday kickoffs are usually quite tense. So it goes against the grain a little bit there. Obviously, Liverpool have just brought in
We'll go top of the league as well if we win.
Exactly, we'll go top of the league if we win.
Yeah, it's
we'll go top of the league.
Relegation, and you're fighting Man City, so you both. But we need it a little bit more than you guys. Not.
Oh, I don't
know.
No.
Emma.
The quadruple's
Emma, we won the league a few years ago and we never got to celebrate it, and that was the first time in my life. I'm 29 years old, and I've never seen Liverpool win the league, and I finally seen it, and I didn't get to celebrate it. So I need this Premier League, right? City don't need
and this will help us tomorrow. So
yeah. Please help us.
Let this young man achieve his dream, Emma.
We need it more.
Yeah, but
if we get relegated, then that's it. Dennis is gone. Sal's gone.
What does the future look like if you do go down here?
I don't know. I'm part of like the Watford forum, so I get all the email updates of all like fans and stuff. And I tell you what, they're the most depressing like bunch of people ever. It's like get relegated, Sar's gone, Dennis is gone, you know, Newcastle wants Sar. It's like just chill out, yeah. I'm trying to be positive here.
Yeah.
But
it's all over. No, but listen, hopefully for Watford they can stay up. Little bit of transfer news as we brought in young Doak from Celtic, Scottish winger. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing him. And on Saturday, I'll be down in London myself, but James Redmond will be doing the fan cams with Doyle. Yeah. Do you know what? You could even both share that job and both have a little go if you're up for it. But they'll be outside Anfield doing the fan cams. Really looking forward to that. Emma, you've given your score prediction. You've spoken to us about the game. I know you've got to get off, so thank you so much for joining the channel.
And I'm sure I'll be speaking with you tomorrow.
Well, listen, as the goal's flying, I'm sure. Huh?
If it gets over 3-0, that's it. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Okay. Turn your phone off, Emma.
But I'm allowed to text you up until 3-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're allowed to compliment us as well. So it's not just...
Okay. Well done, Freddie. No. Listen, I hate talking like this because the game hasn't even kicked off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're being very cocky.
People are going to clip us up saying, 6-0, 5-0, and then we might... anyway, let's not speak it into existence. But T-Boys TV reminding us here that Watford get battered everywhere they go, which is a bit harsh. But yeah, love to see it. Emma, it's been a pleasure having you on as always. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. And hopefully we can do this next season, which would mean that you don't go...
Oh, come on!
Hopefully.
Great. All right.
Big up, Emma. Listen, big recovery on that ankle as well. Big up for coming on, and take care. We'll see you soon.
Catch you later. Bye.
Massive shout out to Emma. You can follow her using the description. It's in there as well. Looking forward to getting her back on next season, hopefully, if Watford do stay up. But again, just to remind you, this is sponsored by Manscaped, manscaped.com. And if you type in the Kop TV, you can get 20% off the total price of this, which I think is about £8 or £9 off the total price. Nothing to be sniffed at, but it also gives you free delivery. If you were to buy one of these without using the Kop TV, you'd probably have to pay £20 more from where you are in the world, because the shipping and also the discount. So if you are going to do it, make sure, and trust me, the girls love it. They go, it's not just for you. This is for other people to enjoy as well. All the guys, whatever you want. It's 2022. Why not? We love everyone. This is a very open channel. So although it is called Manscaped, I'm sure everyone could find a use for all the products in here. So how are you finding the old...
Smooth lad, very smooth lad,
exactly. Used by Doyle himself. Big up to everyone in the comments who's been riding with us today. And we Alex and Doyle. She's like the film. And if you ever see me, by the way, in the paddock, which is where you sit, I know, give me a shout, lads. Emma, what's your socials? So it's Emma Coney Bear. If I haven't put a link in, I definitely will in the description. How are we? World Cup draw later too. That's right. Yeah. Big up to everyone. Klopp is laughing his kecks off at Southgate. That is true. Have you seen that if Luton come up, you have to go through a garden to go in the away end? Yes. Excellent. Love to see it. Does a big middle finger up to the Premier League that if they get up, which I'd love. Right, guys. As you know, Doyle, James will both be outside Anfield tomorrow. I'll be doing the Saturday football show on Don Robbie Sports. But hopefully, as Diogo Jota himself says, top of the league tomorrow at AGT. He also did send in a super chat as well. Thank you very much, Diogo. Big up. Himself, this is Diogo Jota that we're talking to here. So he's ready to start slotting in the goals tomorrow. Guys, like the video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you go and follow up this fella as well. Doing some amazing content on DR Sports. Your freestyle stuff. We're actually going off to play football now. So make sure you follow this fellow, a vital component. And if you actually go way back to when the Kop TV started, this man right here, who I'm pointing to, a vital cog in the wheel. He introduced me to Jack, cameraman, as you guys know. So,
Scouse, innit?
Scouse, lad. That's what we do. 1% apparently. Well, it's not.
We got him the best pint glass ever.
I'll get it out now.
It's sick, you know. Hey, we had to. It's what friends are supposed to do, lad. So that's in the wash, he says, right? He's getting it now. Here it is.
There it is. Oh, you can't really see it.
Look. It says
1% Scouser, 99% helmet.
1% Scouser, 99% helmet. Boss, that innit? Yeah. He needs that, lad, just as a, you know what I mean?
Right, guys. Fan cams. I can't wait for these tomorrow, by the way. Obviously, we've been away for a little bit. But I'm looking forward to seeing your fan cam, especially. Up the Reds. Remember, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. And what a nice lady Emma was and is, of course. Can we get a that's boss, lad?
That's boss, that, lads.
There you go. Best people from England. Beat people from England. I think he means best people from England, Scousers. Don't beat people from England. You know, don't try. Right, guys, as we say, make sure you're on the channel tomorrow for these guys doing their fan cams outside Anfield. And on Monday, we've got hot topics as well. And don't forget, still working with Monterey. You can get 15% off using our code. And of course, the shop is live. You can buy your t-shirts, your hoodies, your sweatshirts now on Shopify using the Kop TV. So guys, get involved. Scousers rule the country like we always did before. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.